So, after weeks and months of using this phone, I am finally ready to give my review on the Google Pixel 4a. Now, before we start the video, I just want to say that this video is brought to you by Sneed Mobile Tech. If you want the latest and you want the greatest in cellular YouTube, you want the best news without the BS, subscribe to Sneed Mobile Tech. Thank you, Sneed Mobile Tech, for providing the Pixel 4a for this video. What's happening, everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to Technoid. I hope you all are having an excellent day. I know I am. But guys, welcome back. And in today's episode, we're going to take a look at the Pixel 4a. A phone that I really did not think I was ever going to get a chance to hold and review, and one of the few videos that I do where I review phones. Now, for starters, I just want to announce that you don't see the phone in my hand because this portion of the video is being filmed on the Google Pixel 4a. I will switch over to my GoPro after, but I specifically wanted to film on the Pixel 4a to give you a quality in terms of 4K and also how it looks. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the video quality? Now, before we start the video, I only have a couple of disclaimers. Disclaimer number one, to new users clicking on, I am a tech show host. I don't necessarily do reviews all the time, but once in a while I like to branch out. I do review headphones and audio preferably, but I'd sometimes like to mix it in there with tablets and phones here and there. So if you're interested in checking my channel out, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on your notifications so you do not miss when I upload. Number two, I will be breaking this video down into 3 different parts. I will give you the specs in terms of the phone. I will give you also my overview of how I felt while using this phone. I will then get to cellular technology. I will explain everything you need to know in terms of its cellular connectivity because there is things to discuss. And also, we will talk about the quality in terms of photos, audio, everything you need to know, and then my final thoughts. So I'm going to break this video up, and it is going to be a little long, so I will have some timestamps in the description and also in the video. So with all that out of the way, let's get it going. So the Google Pixel 4a is a phone that I really was excited for. I had been covering it in all my videos. I had been talking about it for so long, and it's finally here. Now, unfortunately, I did not get this phone from Google. Thank you so much, Google. But again, like you said, this video was made possible because of Sneed Mobile Tech. He got it early, but decided to send it to me instead of making his own videos, so thank you so much for that. So I hope I do you justice. Now, with all my videos, before we talk about it, before we get to an overview, let's discuss the unboxing. So once you get the phone and you open it up, not only are you greeted with the phone, but inside of the box, you get your charging brick 18-watt fast charger, you get your USB-C to USB-C cable, and a data converter if you are transferring from an old phone to a new so you can transfer your data and everything faster. Now, taking a look at the phone itself, it is pretty small and compact, something that I was definitely expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to feel so comfortable in my hand. It was definitely nice and minimal, and it definitely had a nice throwback feeling to it when I was a much smaller person and I had smaller phones, because when you hold a Note 10 Plus, it is considerably different. But it was really nice to feel that. So, taking a quick overview of the phone, it is housing a 5.8-inch OLED display. The highest it could go is 1080p at 60 Hz. It contains the Snapdragon 730. It has about 3 to 4 gigabytes of RAM depending on the model that you pick. It comes with 128 gigabytes storage, and also it comes with a lot in terms of features and photo quality and all that stuff. Now, before we dive into its specs, let's just start with my experience. Now, my experience with this phone has been relatively good, and I want to start off with the first positive, the interface and the way you use this phone. Now, because it is smaller, I definitely wasn't expecting it to be as awesome as a Note 10 Plus, but I was considerably shocked. This thing was awesome. Being that it is stock Android, you're going to get the best from the Android experience because it's a stock Android. And this thing felt great, from gestures, swipe animations, to apps, icons, settings, everything. This thing was truly awesome. Not only did I feel a different perspective from the Samsung One UI, but it just felt nice to use stock Android without any bloatware and crap. Now, of course, being that this is Android 10 and Android 11 coming around the corner, you can get betas and stuff, but according to the Google webpage, this phone is supporting 3 years of software support and then a 4th year of security patches, so it gets about the same amount of software updates and patches as a regular premium flagship. Now, because this is a mid-range, it is priced at $350, and for $350, you're getting a lot of quality. The plastic on it is not cheap. It is a nice build on it. It not only comes with one camera in the back that you are seeing, but it comes with a selfie camera, which shows a punch hole design, which the screen is really good. I actually am really kind of shocked at how nice the screen feels. I thought it was gonna look weird, but when you stretch it out and you watch it, it actually does look really nice. And I do appreciate the detail. And even though it's a 1080p display, it does the job well. I think that's perfect. So props to Google for giving us a good display. One other cool feature that this phone has is the 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, to all those little tech-savvy crappers that like to say, oh, well, the headphone jack is so obsolete, we don't need it, we're wireless. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, we get your wireless, but there's other people that like wired headphones, and I found myself using them more often with this phone. I didn't actually think I was gonna miss it, so you little just stop. Let people be and just enjoy the headphone jack. Now, when it comes to the software experience in terms of the internals, Google kind of optimizes this nicely. This is perfect optimization, as you're gonna see. And I really like the fact that that optimization also carries over to the battery performance. I was able to go a full day of LTE versus Wi-Fi, of just a full day of use before I had to charge the phone. And normally I don't ever see that. And this phone doesn't even have 4,000 milliamp hours. This is 3180 milliamp hours. So the fact that I was able to get a full day's use, and this is a mid-range, was really shocking to me. But the one thing that I really liked the most was the speakers. Now, for most people don't care about speakers. I don't know why people don't, but for me, I'm a guy that likes audio when you're listening to it. And I gotta tell you, the audio on this thing is really good. It's got much better bass than my Note 10 Plus, and that says a lot right there. It is clear, it gets nice and loud, not too loud, but it also has to do with its form factor, but it gets considerably loud, and it has good details. So I gotta say, the dual speakers on these are excellent. And these aren't bottom firing dual speakers. You have speakers on the top and the bottom. Now, there is one little nitpicky error that I do have, that if you hold it from the bottom, you can obstruct that second speaker. So you're gonna wanna hold it like this when you're using it. But the main selling point of this phone is the camera. Now, the camera quality, I'm gonna show you some sample images. So here they are. These are some selfies and pictures that I took, and I will also be comparing them to Note 10 Plus images as well. So here they are. Let me know your thoughts while you see them, and I'll get back to you in just a second. I gotta honestly say, guys, the camera quality on this phone blew me away. You see the samples yourselves, and you tell me which one you think is the Note 10 Plus and the Google Pixel 4a. If you guessed the first one, you are correct. That is the Pixel 4a. And if you said the second one, that should say something. The camera quality on this is truly amazing. Not only is there rich detail, but this thing has great camera hardware. Now, of course, it does work with software and Google's optimization, and thankfully the Snapdragon 730 can use to help optimize the picture with photo processing. But taking a look at these shots, these are gorgeous. Not only are they great, but the quality is excellent. And I honestly gotta say, for a $350 smartphone, this thing hits the nail on the coffin. Now we get to our second part, cellular connectivity. Now, in order for me to do cellular connectivity, I'm gonna have to head outside, so why don't you guys join me? Let's take a trip to the park. All right, so we are here at the beautiful well, I wouldn't say beautiful, but we're here at Bloomingdale Park on Staten Island. This is mostly where I film most of my audio headphone reviews, where I take my walks, and mostly where you guys see me interact with the headphones on a daily day. So the reason I came here is because I want to discuss to you guys the cellular connectivity of this phone and express to you why it's important in terms of my review. So I'm going to explain everything, but first, let's take a little walk while I show you the cellular strengths. Come on. Okay. So when it comes to the cellular modem of the Google Pixel 4a, it's really important to know this because this also plays a key factor in your purchase decision if you buy this phone. Now, taking a look at the cellular connectivity, it all starts with the modem. Now, the modem is rocking the X15 LTE modem provided by Qualcomm. Now, this modem isn't listed on their website, and I will explain to you why during this breakdown, but I just wanted to know that all the facts and all the information about this come from Sneed Mobile Tech, so I want to thank him in advance. Now, the X15 LTE modem technology is category LTE, so it's been dated from 2016 to 2017, so this is an older kind of technology. Now, in terms of the modem, the downlink is category 15 LTE, so it works with 3 carrier aggregations. Now, on the surface, that sounds pretty well. However, though, when you look at Verizon and AT&T, Verizon does 4 components and AT&T has about 5 or more aggregations coming in 2021. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Now, when it comes to these aggregations, you want more, so that way you get the best in cellular performance. The uplink is category 13, and that is thankfully 2 carrier aggregation, so you have nothing to worry about the uplink. Now, to break it down real quick, downlink and uplink mean download and upload. Now, when it comes to the speeds, you should expect about 800 megabits down as the maximum that you can download, and 150 megabits up as the maximum that you can upload. Thankfully, it does contain HPUE, which is high power user equipment, which will help to work with better signals, which is something you're going to see in this video where I'm in the park. So here we are, we're in the mostly spot where there's a lot of dead zone, and so far signal's been held up, so let's do a quick speed test here. Now, in terms of LTE bands, this is very important because a lot of people want to know what kind of LTE bands support this phone. Is it future-proof? And it is. It covers bands 2, 4, 5, 12, 13, 14, 41, 66, 71, 29, and 30. So the good news is it will work with all carriers across the board. So whether you have AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, they will work with no problem. Especially with T-Mobile's new, I believe, 71 and 41, I believe it is. Comment me if I'm wrong. This phone is perfectly optimized for 4G LTE. So you're going to get the best 4G LTE speeds, and in environments like this where there's usually dead signals, where mostly it's hard, this is kind of a good thing. So I'm kind of surprised that this phone is holding up pretty well in terms of it being able to produce, you know what I mean? In terms of its speeds. Now, I want to just emphasize quickly though that even though the X15 LTE modem is handled for 4G LTE, the technology is rather old. It's 2016, 2017 technology, so just keep that in mind that this cellular modem is good now, but it will be a big factor for the long term. So here is a quick video sample we're going to do for both video calls and voice calls in terms of how the Google Pixel 4a sounds on the user's end. Sammy!
What's happening, Dow?
You are on camera. We are filming the Google Pixel 4a review, and this is our first sample for video. I want to ask you, how is the video call in terms of quality, sound, everything?
Sound is good. Sound is clear. Video is very nice. Yasmin is here too, so.
Good. Hello, Yasmin. Good to see you. Always good to see you. Here's my friend, Holly.
Hi. Say hi, Yasmin.
Hi.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It looks really good, actually.
Nice. We just got one more
Bright.
call. Got to block out the number. And here we go. We'll block that out.
Yeah, Papa.
We're here. This is the last test. How does the audio sound?
Very good.
All clear, just like as if it was on video?
Yeah, it's very clear. It's really nice. There's no distortion, there's no clipping, there's no breakup, no nothing.
How about now? I'm standing far away from the phone. You can still hear me?
The same as you were before.
Perfect. So overall, in terms of video and audio quality, you're going to get the best As you saw, it is clear, you hear the vocals well, it has long distance, so if you're far away, they can still hear you, so that's something I like, voice detection. And also, because of your cellular network with 4G LTE, it is gonna be awesome, so no worries there. Ooh, all right. We're back, and might I say, it was really hot out. So yeah, that is everything you need to know about the cellular connectivity and also call quality and video quality if you were making calls. I hope you guys got some information out of that. Now, a couple of things before I end the video. This has Bluetooth 5.0. It does have the latest Bluetooth connectivity, so it will work perfectly. The phone also has the latest Wi-Fi spec, not Wi-Fi 6. I believe it has the one previous gen, but still is just as fast and reliable. Also, because this has a plastic back, it does support quick charging, as you probably have figured out by now. And you can fully charge the phone with a quick charge in estimate about 1 hour. So pretty good. I'm actually happy about that. And yeah, so overall, what do I think of the Pixel 4a? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I wasn't a premium phone user, like Note 10 Plus user, iPhone 10, or any premium phone, and I was just somebody that really didn't care that much, honestly, I gotta say, guys, I'd probably go with this. The phone is really good. There is a lot here to like. The camera quality is the main selling point for me. The camera was just brilliant. It had great display quality. It had good camera capture. The images came out nice and clear. And most of all, the phone just worked perfectly. There are some negatives, obviously, being that it's a plastic back. It doesn't really feel as premium, but it still feels nicely solid. Another negative would have to be, for me, the punch hole. It's a little too big for my liking, but that's just nitpicking. That's just really me. But the main problem that I have with this phone, and the reason that I spent a lot of time talking about the cellular connectivity, is its long-lasting jevitivity, whatever you're gonna call it. Long-lasting, whatever it is, whatever you say. Because here's the problem, guys. This phone will be able to utilize the best 4G LTE speeds for this year. Next year, 5G is about to roll out nationwide. When I told everybody wait for 5G to build and get ready for it, that year is coming next year. And the problem is this phone will have 4G LTE and the performance is gonna start to go down, because as great as LTE is right now, 5G is gonna be even better. And another problem is that there's another phone waiting in the wing from Google themselves, the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5. So there are two other versions of the same phone coming out within next month for our month and a quarter. So that poses a problem as well, because the Pixel 4a 5G is rumored to be priced at $500, which is a $150 increase from this bad boy. But when you spend the extra $150, you get a bigger battery, you get a second camera, you get 5G. So there is a lot more coming from the second variant of this phone. But it's really hard for me to determine whether I can recommend it or not, because again, there is so much that I like about this phone. There is just so much. I would say this: if you don't care about 5G, if you don't care about having two cameras, if you just want a simple phone that gives you the best camera quality, gives you the same support with Android, pick it up. This phone is worth every penny you can pay for it. It is solid build quality, has a headphone jack, it's got a great camera, it's got a good selfie camera, you're gonna get the best Android experience, and honestly, I could see a lot of people buying this. But if you wanna wait a little longer and you wanna save up a few dollars, you can get the 4a 5G. But if you're on a tight budget, you really only can spend $350, and you're looking for a phone that delivers, don't look any further than this one. Now, of course, there are other smartphones out there like the A71 5G, and then you've got the iPhone SE, and then possibly coming along Apple's mid-ranges as well. So there are a lot of competition. But I do recommend this phone. I think it's a great phone, and it's definitely made me think twice about mid-ranges. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. So guys, again, this was a long video, so I hope you used those timestamps wisely. Thank you all for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. If you've made it to the end of the video, hashtag Team Pixel. Let's see how many hashtags we can get with that. As always, everyone, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. That helps regulate my videos as well. As always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Technoid12. Thank you so much, and peace.